Hey everyone, and welcome to the Caston Kids Community Pulse podcast. Whether this is your very first episode or you're already a part of the Caston Kids family, I am so glad you're here. This show is designed with families in mind to celebrate joyful reading through meaningful moments. And with every episode, that's exactly what we're going to do. And for our very first episode, we're kicking things off by thinking about the people, the places, and the bonds that make our world a little brighter. So wherever you're listening from, the kitchen table, the couch, the car, or maybe sneaking in a quiet moment before your day really starts, we hope you leave this episode enriched, engaged, and inspired to celebrate the wonderful ways we get to be community. Let's get into it. So the theme for our very first episode is community. And I want to start with a simple question. Not a trick question, just a real one. When you hear the word community, what comes to mind? Just think about it for a moment. Maybe you're thinking about your neighbors, the people who you wave at when you walk to the mailbox, the people at your kids' school, teachers, other families, your faith community, your block, your family group chat. Whatever came to mind, that feeling underneath, that's belonging. And that's really what community is all about. It's the places and the people that make you feel like you're a part of something. But here's the awesome part about community. It's not just something that exists around you. It's something that you can build as well, something you can contribute to. You don't just have to live in a community, you are a part of co-creating it. So let's give this word its full meaning. Community, a group of people who live in the same area, share common interests, or care for one another. People connected by place, by values, by relationship. So that could be a school, again, your neighborhood, your faith family, a sports team. And you could belong to more than one, and most of us do. And every single one of those places and spaces is richer because you are in it. The next part of the episode I call Sit With This. It's where we slow down for just a moment. And I'm speaking directly to the adults, the parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, guardians, the people who show up every day for children. And I just want to say this first. You are seen, and what you do matters more than you probably even realize. So I want to talk about something. I think we don't say it out loud enough, and that is the power of joyful reading. Not reading just as a task, or because the school sent home an assignment and said, this has to be done. But reading as something that feels good, something that draws you in, makes you laugh, makes you ask, what's going to happen next? Makes you feel something. And this is what we mean when we say joyful reading. And it changes things. And research tells us that children who have warm, positive associations with reading early on, they actually carry them throughout their entire lives, not just academically, but emotionally, relationally. A child who loves stories is a child who is learning to understand other people and seeing the world from someone else's eyes, to feel less alone in their own experiences. And here's the part I want every adult in this space to really hold on to. That joy doesn't just come from reading the book alone. It comes from the shared experience around the book. It comes from you. When you're sitting down with your child, even for 10 minutes, you open a story together, you're not just building reading skills. You are building a memory. You're building trust. You are building the kind of bond that makes a child think, reading is something good people do together. And that belief will follow them for the rest of their lives. And this is why community matters so deeply to the work that we do. Because the most powerful reading experiences don't happen in isolation. They happen in relationship. They happen when someone says, come on, sit beside me, let's read this together. That invitation is everything. Now, I also want to talk about the other side of this, because sometimes we frame community as something that just provides for us. The school, the services, the neighbors who check in, and those things are important, but community is also something that we invest in as well. And one of the greatest gifts we can give our children is the experience of being a contributor or feeling like they have something to offer. Even at 4, 5, 6 years old, when a child holds the door for someone at the grocery store, picks up a piece of trash on the sidewalk, or shares their snack without being asked, they are learning that their actions have impact. And when they share a story, when they tell someone about a book they loved or read to a younger sibling or a friend, that is the same joy that they can feel. They give something that they have, and they're sharing it with someone that they care about. And that is the seed of a reading life and a life well lived. And for families who want to go even deeper on this, we have a full blog post at castonkids.com. The link will be in the show notes, and it is a very rich read. I'd encourage you to check it out, save it, or share it with someone you think would want to hear about the power of community. All right, now speaking of community in action, it is story time. And I want to name what's happening right now. You and your child are having a shared reading experience. You don't need a book in your hand for that to be true. So in this moment, you have the opportunity to listen to a story together. You can talk about it, and you can feel something and discuss what you're experiencing as you're listening to the story. And that's a part of joyful reading as well, because that is belonging and action. And that's exactly what we are about to do. So today we're going to spend the morning with one of our very special friends, Otis. And he is 9 years old. He is curious, kind, and brave, and he is always getting into the most wonderful adventures. And today, Otis is at the market. It's a big, beautiful, busy outdoor market on a sunny morning. Well, I'm not going to give too much away because the full story is waiting for you. But what I will say is this. Otis shows up at the market and does something that every single one of us can do. He looks around, finds someone who needs help, and he steps up. So, without further ado, I present to you Otis at the Spring Community Market.
The Spring Community Market opens this weekend. Today, I'm helping set up to make sure everything is ready for the first day. There are so many wonderful things to see: baked goods, fruits and vegetables, fresh flowers, and so much more. It is one of my favorite places. It's pretty empty now, but soon there will be people shopping, vendors selling their items, music, and lots of family activities. It's amazing to see. When I'm finished helping at the market, I get to pick out a few items to take home. I'm going to pick a yummy, healthy fruit. The green apples are my favorite. Wow, the ceramic vases look so cool, and each one is so unique. I love the bright colors and details. One more stop before I finish setting up. I love the smell of this plant. It is shaped like a pineapple, but smells a little bit like a rose. I wonder what it's called. I'm so glad I had a chance to help set up today. I can't wait for the weekend when the market opens. I know it will be really fun.
Well, I really hope you enjoyed the audio version of Otis at the Spring Community Market. Communities taking care of each other. And that's exactly what Otis did. And I love that he didn't wait to be asked. He just looked around and thought, where can I help? And that is community in action. And those are the kinds of stories that we believe in at Caston Kids. Not just stories that entertain, but stories that show our children who they can be. So when a child hears a story about a character like Otis, they're not just following a plot. They get to step into the story, and they can ask themselves, could I do that? And the answer is absolutely yes, they can. So just take a moment after this episode and ask your child, if you were Otis at the market, what would you have done? And you might be surprised to see what they say, and that conversation is the whole point. And if you want to go even further with the story, head on over to our YouTube channel at Caston Kids, and every episode will have a companion read-aloud video with animated visuals, follow-along text, music. It's a really engaging read-aloud experience. And if you enjoyed that story, if something in Otis's adventure at the market stayed with you, I want to introduce you to another book from the Caston Kids collection that I think you're absolutely going to love. So today we are spotlighting We Get to Discover Art and Creativity. And this book is an invitation to explore, to imagine, to make something that you can call your own. It's vibrant, it's joyful, and it's deeply affirming. And it carries the same heart of everything that we do at Caston Kids. The belief that children have something beautiful and original inside of them that is just waiting to be expressed. And we believe that art and creativity are not separate from literacy, that they are a part of literacy. When a child is drawing a picture and gives you meaning about it, they are composing. When they look at an illustration and they describe what they see, that's comprehension. And when they make something with their hands and share it with others, they are communicating. And We Get to Discover Art and Creativity honors all of that. It meets children right where they are and celebrates the power of creative expression. So be sure to visit our website, www.castonkids.com, to grab your copy today. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed this episode so far. We really wanted to focus on the importance of community and share the work that we do and why we do what we do at Caston Kids. And as we close out with our community conversation moment, I want to share why this work matters to us. At Caston Kids, our mission is simple. That's to spread joyful reading through meaningful moments. And we believe that when children learn to read in an environment that celebrates who they are and where they come from, they're not just learning to decode words. They are learning to author their own stories. And here's the wonderful thing about joyful reading. It does not happen in solitude. It grows through relationships, in classrooms, in living rooms, on the car ride home, in communities that celebrate who we are and who we get to be. And at Caston Kids, we are building and creating and curating experiences that center connections and joyful reading. One family, one story, one shared moment at a time. And before I let you go, I want to say something just to you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Not just for listening today, but for showing up, for choosing to spend a moment of your time with us today, and for deciding that your child's relationship with reading, with stories, with language, with the joy of books is worth protecting and nurturing and making a space for. And if this episode added something to your day, pass it on. Send it to a friend, a neighbor, another parent that you think would enjoy this episode. We want to see our community grow, and we want to hear from you. So follow us on social media. It's Caston Kids on all platforms, and be a part of the conversation. And if you have questions, comments, or just want to drop us a line to say hello, we want to hear from you. You can email us at communitypulse@castonkids.com. And before we go, we have a gift for you, the Caston Kids Community Activity Pack. It features printable activity sheets, reflection moments, an ebook, and activities your whole family can enjoy together. And it's designed with families in mind to celebrate joyful reading through shared, meaningful moments. So be sure to visit our website at www.castonkids.com to subscribe to the Caston Kids Community Newsletter and get your community activity pack today. And while you're there, be sure to check out our full library of books, programs, and resources, all designed to make joyful reading a natural, beautiful part of your family's life. Again, that's www.castonkids.com. And if you want to go even deeper, join us on Patreon. Our Patreon members get access to interactive reading adventures, exclusive content, and shared experiences that center joyful reading and meaningful moments for families. It's a space built for the families who want more stories, more togetherness, more of what we do here. The link will be in the show notes, and we would love to have you with us. Well, thank you all for joining us today as we explored what it means to be community. Until next time, keep discovering, keep reading joyfully. Take care.